Are you prepared for the next disaster?
Good morning. Hey, I got a question for you. Are you guys prepared for a disaster? I know that's not really positive, but a disaster could actually happen at any given moment, no matter where you live. Seriously, have you given it a thought? Are you prepared? People that survive disasters are prepared. If they're not prepared, it's because maybe somebody else that prepared helped them survive. Most people are going to survive a disaster, but do you want to do it more smoothly? You know, I'm not talking about being paranoid about a disaster. What I'm talking about is self-care. Yes, so important. If you love yourself and the people that you live with or the people that are in your family, then you will get yourself ready. I would just say prepare. You know, what if there was an earthquake? What if there was an ice storm? What if, I'm not talking about Southern California, I'm talking about you people in the Midwest and in the upper northern states and the East Coast and things like that, because I do know that there are ice storms, and I do know that people have struggled through them if they weren't prepared. My cousin lives in Oklahoma, and they had an ice storm a number of years back. They were struggling because they weren't prepared. They'd made it through, but it was rough. Okay, so I'm talking, look, make sure you have food stored in a place, and I'm talking about things that are dehydrated, like beans and rice and canned goods. You put it in a place where you can get to easily in case there's an earthquake in your area. You know, like it's not going to be buried by your whole house. And water. Water, we have 3 5-gallon jugs of water sitting outside and underneath our carport. Nobody sees it there. It's there though. I know it's there. Now, even if it's been sitting a long time, you can boil it. You can use it for cleaning. You could use it for cooking if you boil it. You know, if you use the kind of plastic bottles that actually don't have the toxic stuff in them, so that it's not leaching plastic into your water, or those estrogens or whatever those are. So make sure that you have your medicines. Make sure you have copies of your IDs. I have a go bag. Do you have a go bag?
What's in your go bag?
What if you had to leave all of a sudden? You gonna go with the shirt off your back? We have a go bag. I have a cedar chest out in my carport. My husband and I have go bags. We have dog food in it for our puppies. We have their leashes. We always keep their collars on.
Please don't forget to prepare for your pets.
We have a water filtration system. It's little. It may not last longer than a week or two, but it'll work so that we can drink water. I have a small medicine box, first aid kit. I have toenail clippers. I have tweezers, because you know us women, and a little magnifying mirror. Just in case. You know, there's the vanity. I have a little makeup packet, you know, because you want to look fresh during a disaster. Like I did my little YouTube video on waiting for Hillary, you know, the the hurricane that never happened. The disaster that never occurred. But, you know, it made everybody think about it. I mean, seriously, it made everybody think about, oh my goodness, this thing was coming and nobody was ready. Ooh, where's my sunglasses? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, California never gets hurricanes. But what if it actually was a hurricane? You know? What if it actually was a disaster? You know, California could have an earthquake. It's been a while. We've had a couple of little shakers and rollers. I mean, when I was a kid, I was 12 years old and the Sylmar earthquake happened. Oh, come on, guy. Speed up, dude. So you can get on the freeway. All right, so my sister and I lived in the San Fernando Valley, and we lived in Tarzana. And this earthquake happened. It was the Sylmar earthquake. And it was in like 1971, I think. I can't even remember. It was so long ago. Okay, so there was this earthquake. And we shared a bed. We had a queen-size bed in our little room. And the bed, all of a sudden, the bed started shaking. And we had shutters on our windows, and the shutters started banging against the shutters were going bing, 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 bing. And then we had this big giant, my mother was so funny. She was such a 70s woman. We had this big giant light hanging over our bed. It was like a chandelier, but it had these daisies popping out of it. It was like lime green and powder blue daisies popping out of it. It was bouncing. It looked like a big giant spider bouncing around. And we're just laying in bed looking at at this big ball bouncing around, and we were scared to death because we didn't know what the heck it was. Well, at the time, my parents were in San Francisco. My dad had a business trip. My mom and dad were together, and my grandparents, my little great grandparents, were staying with us, and my yaya, she's my grandma, she was on the couch, and my grandpa was sleeping in the spare room. Grandma always ended up on the couch because she had insomnia. She just never could sleep. So she was sleeping on the couch, and then all of a sudden, and the couch was on rollers, so the house was rocking, and I could hear her going, oh, 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 oh. She was trying to get off the couch, but it kept rolling, and then all of a sudden I heard the couch bump against one wall. Fortunately, my mom didn't have any side tables, and so it rolled clear across the room back and forth, and it would hit one wall, and then it would hit the other wall, and every time it hit the wall, she'd go, oh, like that. And my sister and I were like, I mean, we were kids. We were scared, but we were laughing our heads off. It was so funny. I think we were laughing from being nervous and scared. Well, that thing went for a while. That thing kept rolling. And we had glasses that were broken in the kitchen. There were things. It was pretty gnarly. And our neighbors up above us, their pool sloshed into their house. The water in their pool sloshed into their house. Okay, so this happened in the San Fernando Valley. I was living in Tarzana at the time. But this earthquake was centered in Sylmar, and I think there was a freeway that collapsed. I think that there was a hospital where hospital beds had rolled out a window because glass broke. I mean, it was really weird. So that being said, I will come back. I have to go get some mail. So yeah, so I'm back and we got some mail. Yay! My boss is gonna be so happy because there are checks. So yeah, so that was pretty rough, and fortunately we still had power. The gas was working. Nothing got shut down. We didn't have to go to school for a whole week. Yep, because at our schools, there was some stuff they had to clean up, and They had to make sure everything was, they had to do checks and all that. So, all right, so that's just one disaster I lived through. Didn't die. There was other ones, and I probably will talk about that in another video, but yeah, my kids and I survived one when we lived in Laguna, and I think there was a big earthquake. Where was that? I think it was Northridge. So one of my girlfriends had to leave her apartment from Northridge, had to move out. She lost that apartment, and it was a great apartment because it wasn't sturdy enough to live in. They had to condemn it. And so what I'm trying to say, guys, is do you have a go bag? If you don't have a go bag, you need to get one. And if you don't know what goes in your go bag, maybe I will do a video on what's in my go bag. All right, that's another video. All right, love you so much. I'm at work. I gotta go in there. My boss is waiting. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all so much. Take care. Bye. I just finished my work day, and I thought, you know what, instead of make a separate video about the Northridge earthquake. Okay, so the Northridge earthquake, I think, was in 93, 92, 93, right around there. I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. But so my girls and I were living in Dana Point. So we were in Orange County, not San Diego. And so I had a cute little apartment in Dana Point with my girls, and they had some friends over. So they had 3 of their girlfriends over at the time. My kids were, you know, one was in middle school, the other one was in grade school. And their friends were sleeping overnight, and it was super early in the morning. My bird, I had a bird called Norman. Norman was my cockatiel. He lived to be 30 years old, if you could believe that. Anyways, Norman was going wonkers in the living room, just screeching and yelling and doing everything that, you know, he does when he was basically sounding off that there was danger, you know. And I'm waking up like, what is going on with him? And all of a sudden there's this earthquake. Well, we felt it. It was centered in Northridge. So Northridge, from where we were at, is like about maybe 95 miles from us. So if it was centered in Northridge, you can just imagine if we're feeling it. We weren't like shaking and rattling like the Sylmar earthquake was for me, but it was pretty like noticeable, and it made us all nervous. And long story short, like I told you, my girlfriend who lived in Northridge at the time didn't get to stay in her apartment, so there was a lot of damage done, and a lot of people had to leave like right away. They couldn't go back and live in their house. They couldn't go back and live in their apartments until everything was cleared up and repaired and whatever. So if you have a and if they, at the time, nobody was thinking about go bags. Maybe some people were, but this was back, like I said, in 92, 93, right around there. Guys, we have all the information we need at our fingertips to take care of ourselves. We can prepare for things like that. You know, always have water and some kind of food in your car, like a little care package of food that can get you through a day, you know, or whoever you're traveling with. You know, it could be just, you know, like, who knows, whatever you know, whatever you like to eat that's dried food that, you know, you could have. I can't eat nuts. I'm allergic to nuts, but trail mix is good for some people. There's lots of, you know, you can stay alive on that with water. You can have some kind of snacks. There's plenty of snacky snacks that you could have in your car that won't go bad even if the car gets hot or whatever. You can have a little compartment in your trunk and have that set aside for emergencies. Just replace your water every so often and pull the snacks out and eat them before they expire and put some freshies in there. So I always keep a pair of tennis shoes in my car, in the trunk. Walking shoes is a good idea, and like a pair of sweatpants or whatever, because if you're wearing a dress and you need to walk a while, you have to walk away from your car because you're stuck on the freeway and there's like no way to get off the freeway because you're in a situation, you know, whatever. It's just smart. It's just super smart to take care of yourself and to think in terms of surviving things. I'm a safety girl. That's all I have to say about that. And I'm always thinking about things like that. And now, you know, like we even get like local announcements from our local towns that we should do stuff like that. And to think that nothing will ever go wrong is, you know, it's kind of like not a good idea. Just don't procrastinate about things like that, you guys. Try to be smart about your life and about your neighbors, because it's just really good to be prepared. And like I said, if you're prepared, you're in a position to help others. And if you're not prepared, you better pray that there is somebody around you that is. My husband and I, we also, in case of a disaster, we also have a place where we meet that's not at our house. A local park is where we plan on meeting. You know, it's just smart. So you need to get a checklist. You need to look online and find out your local, whatever, you know, your area and terrain that you live in, wherever you are in the world, because disasters can strike anywhere. So I think it's just a smart thing. So that being said, guys, so happy to see you today. I had a long work day. The day just went by really fast. I feel really good. I only have tomorrow, and then I get off Friday, and I have a nice day out. Well, I'm going to get my nails done on Friday, and I've got some things that I'm going to do. So now I'm going to go home. So without rambling on and on and on, and I'm almost home, I will say goodbye, and I am looking forward to seeing you all. And you know, I want to thank all of my new subscribers. I want to thank all of those that have been sticking by me, and all of your comments mean so much to me. And I want to know if you guys have had any kind of experience with a disaster, earthquake, ice storm, flooding, whatever. Let us know about it. I'd love to hear about your experience. I mean, it's not all about me here. And also, if you're liking my videos, I'm just gonna say, please subscribe or like. So there you go. I appreciate y'all. And again, I want to thank you. I'm almost home. Hey, we have a traffic jam here in the mobile home park. You know, I live in a mobile home park for seniors. So some of the seniors drive real slow, which is fine because I need to be patient with them. But that's another reason why I'm disaster prepared, because I don't know how many of my neighbors that are right around me. I do know, I do have some personal friends that live here. So I think about them too when I think about preparation. So there you go. All right, Jeff, I'm ready to go. I'm home, and I will see you soon in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye for now. Woo.